We're going to create a DAO using DAO DAO. We're going to create DAO records. Why it's better on blockchain and why we're going to use DAO DAO's infrastructure for it. The benefits, we're going to have a board of directors, 3 to 5 multi-sig. We're going to create a token and the token ticker will be there. The question I have for you straight away is, would it be CW20 or would it be a token factory style token? I'm not really too sure how it works with DAO DAO, but I remember the interview recently by Joe from Swift who was mentioning you could create a token, factory token, and utilise DAO DAO. And can you maybe explain a little bit what's happening there? If I was to create a DAO token, do I need to have it CW20 or can I have it native somewhere? How does it work?
Yeah, right now, we only have. Right now, CW20s are the only way, or at least the token-based DAO. When you go to DAO DAO and create a token-based DAO, use the CW20s.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Token Factory just builds straight into the bank module. So if you made one, it would. We do have a native token staking voting module.
Cool.
So I think it would work technically if you use Token Factory, but the UI is not set up for it, so it would like render the name weirdly and yeah. So CW20 is set up right now, but we do want to integrate Token Factory soon once it's like
Awesome.
up and running.
I need to look
widely
into the.
used.
I need to look at the pluses and minuses on the differences of it. It's all fresh modules been added now to Juno, which is all good. Like,
Yeah.
um,
No, I think it is better. I think Token Factory is better because
yeah,
it's
it's the
easier to check like the
denominations.
native balance.
It's the
Yeah.
denominations as well. You're like IBC, and it's all this long letter denomination, and it's so hard to figure out what this is. And with Token Factory, am I right in saying it's a lot more easier as a developer to actually find and name things and move things around because it's denominated
Yeah.
the right way?
Yeah. The Token Factory, the metadata is built directly into the chain, so you can query it. Whereas the IBC tokens are just like you have to get them from some off-chain source. For
Yeah.
now, I think they'll eventually add those
Oh
on chain
yeah,
though.
of
Yeah,
course. Somebody will work on
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Little things that we're going to, well, I created one here already, as you can see, DAO records. Now, I'm probably going to scrap this. Can it be dissolved, this DAO? If I'm not happy with it, can I just go delete template?
yeah,
Let's create a DAO with tokens on it, which would be probably easier
yeah,
for what my mission's going to be.
yeah. Both are fine. You can submit a proposal to change the voting module, so switch from member based to token based,
Oh, that's cool
or you
then.
could just create a new one and like it won't matter. Like things are just on chain forever, so you could like pause the DAO forever, but
Yeah,
you could just make a new one and start using that, and it's fine
yeah.
too.
Oh, cool. That's good to know, mate.
Yeah.
So I'll just go through my idea with you and throw some questions at you. Token economics.
Yeah.
Can we determine the token economics as such as inflation rate and burn rate via DAO DAO, or is that something completely different I need to do?
That's a good question. I think, hmm, I think burn rate. I think that stuff to happen automatically, you'd need to write a custom CW20 contract. Um,
Cool.
but you could do them manually in the DAO, as in like you could make, or you could here. What you could do is you can make a sub DAO that's responsible for like burning and minting new tokens, and you could just like submit one
Yeah.
every day, or use like I think eventually you could use Croncats to like do that all the time.
Nice. Very nice.
But
That's a
yeah, I
good
think
point.
probably
That's a good
custom
point.
contract.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
could
because
do
we
it.
could just go
You could do
like,
it manually.
yeah, manual inflating. We can like, because I'm going to get to eventually. Once the DAO records grows organically, there'll be different departments. There'll be sub DAOs, marketing, everything. It's
Yeah,
just sort of the same way we do it with
yeah,
fundraising mechanisms. Decide on fundraising goals and strategies. These are like probably going to link in with the token there. Um, how we have to decide how the DAO will raise funds, right? Now, do we Can DAO DAO
Yeah.
help with the token offering? Can we just go, here's the token, and we're going to release it for any early investors that want to invest in the project and they believe in it and they believe in the mission and the values of our project. So we just go, here's their token released on DAO DAO. We have 1 million going out. Do we create a token sale with DAO DAO? Can it be done?
Yeah, so we totally could. We just recently, I think like, yeah, when I did the oh, maybe it was yesterday. Yeah, well, we have widgets now. We have widgets, and so we could build anything onto the homepage that lets you. We could do like a swap if you want to like pay a Juno and get 100 day or something like that. We could
Yeah,
totally set up a little swap widget,
amazing.
or just like an airdrop claim thing. That would be fine too.
Yeah, very
Uh,
interesting actually.
yeah, yeah.
Cool.
Whatever system we want to set up there. Yeah,
That's brilliant, man. Develop a marketing and communications plan, not necessarily anything to do with, but yeah, I mean, what I would like to do with that is market the functionality of DAO DAO, including what we're doing as a record label, and then it's sort of giving back to you guys. This is how you educate people on how the tooling in DAO DAO works, and this is our use case and how we've utilized that technology and created this music industry record label, all on chain, all on blockchain, which I think is one of a kind, to be honest. Maybe people are out there doing it, which is great.
yeah. No, we're really excited about the publishing. We want to get like a book publishing, like PDF publishing. We've been talking about DAO Press for a while,
Yeah,
which I think will be really cool. Just like a novel way to like create a community around like open content, which should
brilliant.
be, yeah.
Yeah,
Like when you read a book, you want to talk to people who've read that book. Like you
yeah,
should just join this community that's
yeah,
and
that's
like
good,
pay the author because you want to pay the author.
good vision.
Um, but it's
Um,
cool. Yeah, the thing you said about marketing DAO DAO, it's just like everything you do on the DAO is self-documenting because it's all the proposals are open and readable. So
exactly.
if you just
Yes,
use it, like that's the best.
absolutely. The only way, and you're seeing results now by people just using the platform. You're seeing them documenting their process on it, and that's, to be honest
Yeah,
with you, that's what I've seen, and now I'm doing it, and now I'm getting these ideas and going, fuck, I could actually do this. Oh, wait a minute, I've got another it.
yeah,
It just starts rolling then. Fundraising platform. Anything that you guys can do with that, depending on the fundraising strategy that we choose, we will need to set up a secure, compliant fundraising platform that meets the legal and regulatory requirements of your jurisdiction. This gets into a little bit of the trickery of intellectual property and what country. I'm going to keep it simple with DAO Records and just have it based here in Manchester to start off slowly and sort of get a feeler in where we're fucking up and where we're not fucking up, and then kind of go
yeah,
from there. But yeah, legal work's going to need to come from us and how we implement that. So yeah, that's something to think about, and then obviously launch that
yeah,
fundraising campaign. I've just added in some of the benefits of raising funds. It's basically so we have capital to then directors can access capital to achieve its mission and objectives such as signing, promoting new independent artists, hosting concerts and events, developing new music products and services. Like I mentioned, I've got a studio here. I could actually record their content for them. We can offer some good deals on that. As I say, we're working with DAO DAO's community, we're working with Juno's community, and also the, let's call it Web 2 community, where people are just like,
yeah,
don't know what blockchain is, but they're really high up in the promoting company around the country, and it's onboarding them into this from taking a step from there into this new venture. Brand awareness and exposure, again, I'm going to run that kind of into Juno Communications as well, sort of helps out with the branding on that. Transparency and accountability, everyone's on blockchain, everyone sees where the funds are going, that's all covered because it's all, proposals are all on chain via DAO DAO, etc. And incentives for investors or fans, depending on the fundraising strategy, we choose our investors or fans may receive exclusive access to music products. Now, this is now going to lead me into the NFT part of what DAO DAO's up to. We're thinking on
yeah,
releasing NFTs for ticketing the events, and also access to little perks in their. So, say they release an album or an EP, for example. This NFT gains you access to early 500 copies of it only. Specific NFT it enables that. Something that DAO DAO I've heard is implementing.
Yeah.
Could you maybe tell me more about
Yeah,
that?
we just yesterday just deployed a bulk action, so you can like mint a bunch of NFTs at once to different wallets. Um, so yeah, you can totally just like yeah, yeah, that's
Very
totally
interesting.
possible.
That's very
And
good.
we added audio NFTs. That might be a little different because it seems like you're doing tickets and not actual songs on the NFTs, but you could also yeah, mint NFTs that have songs on them.
Hey man, DAO Records is going to cover everything, mate. It's going to be everything. We could release a fucking album, man, if we wanted all audio. There you
Yeah.
go. We just need someone to build a streaming site or get access to it, or how it works. Does the NFT enable you to download it? But then you enter into the old. You remember Live Peer years and years ago? You had Live Peer, peer to peer music sharing, or Napster back in the day. You might be a
I might
little
be too
young for
young.
that. You might be a bit young for that, right? But
I think I'm too
when I was like 15, 14, 15, there was a thing called Napster, and all people were doing was just taking
young.
CDs, ripping them, peer to peer sharing them, and I think Metallica got them sued, so that was the end of that. Yeah, so that was the start of
I've
like
definitely heard of Napster, but I'm too young for that also.
yeah. So that was the start of peer to peer networking, man. You know, and then obviously Bitcoin's made it peer to peer money transferring. So this is where we've grown to. Okay, this is technically nothing really DAO DAO's to do with, but yeah, that was it really, mate. I just wanted to throw this to you. This is my idea. I'd love to work with you on it and try and get this kind of rolling a little bit. Just the governance structure, the sort of what I've covered here, but I'll try and top up this mission statement a little bit more so there's more details in there. Is there anything that comes to mind right away that you would need to remind me of before I start implementing some configuring changes and proposals on this? Maybe first of all, get a token based DAO structure vote up first of all. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to use this one that you already created? Because the first proposal will be like change to token based DAO, which is totally possible, but it might be just easier to make a new one.
to make a new one.
I don't know if there's. Do you have an attachment to this one?
No, it's not much, mate. I've just got like, yeah, I'm really just practicing. I know that you can do this on testnet. I should have done it on testnet, but I had to reduce the deposit to like 0.1 Juno so I could get proposals through. And then
Oh yeah.
I ditched the re-voting
Mainnet's
as well.
basically also testnet.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
I should. Yeah, so I mean, I could.
No, maintenance is a good place. Yeah. Yeah, we can go through it. I feel like the next we'll have other things to talk about on the Inside Scoop.
Yeah.
This is this
Cool.
and data has so many features, like there's plenty of things to talk about.
So first thing I want to do, just leave this completely. I don't even need to do anything. We have to go back to home.
Yeah. Yeah, you're good. I think you can pause it forever, but it doesn't really matter because there's no money and it's just you in it, so
Okay.
yeah, just leave it alone.
Let's create a DAO.
Let's do
Okay.
it.
DAO records. Does it?
Okay, let's make that DAO capital. Okay, there you go. Alright, nice.
Okay, here we go. Just put in our mission. Straight in there. If someone creates a DAO with the same name, does it tell you this DAO already exists? You can't do that.
No, it's fine. But in search, if there are no proposals in the DAO, it'll like say like this DAO might be inactive and gray it out.
Nice.
So as long as if you make a duplicate, it'll just the one that has stuff going on will appear at the top. So it's fine.
Nice. That's cool. Okay, mate. Let's choose a structure. Membership DAO multisig or token based DAO. This is presumably the one we want.
Okay, so actually here's the question. Do you want like token based main DAO that everyone's a part of, and then sub DAOs that are members? Like, is that what you're thinking?
I'm thinking there's a core main DAO, right, which controls the tokens, okay? But then you could have sub DAOs that release the ticket sales or potentially the NFT side of things. Is that doable?
And I think that's a good setup. That's what we do with DAO DAO, where we have the like development fund and validator sub DAOs that are member based, so they can like move faster and it's
Exactly.
more tightly controlled. And then we have the
Exactly.
main DAO that has the tokens. Yeah.
Main DAO controls the tokens. They invite other shareholders or whatever you want to call it, and then we have a department, a sub DAO, who'll deal with the NFT releases, or if an artist releases something, that's down to the sub DAO for that. So yeah. So first of all, we
Yeah.
create a token based DAO here.
One more thing to mention about that is that the all the sub DAOs intentionally, of course, are controlled by the main DAO.
Yeah.
So even though they're going to be smaller multi-sigs, they still are accountable to the main DAO, to the token. So if the governance of the main DAO is like, if that's compromised, then the sub DAOs are also compromised. So if the
Uh,
token is too easy to like buy and take control of the DAO with, then that's risky.
yeah.
Like there have been some DAOs that are compromised just because their token is available on a market, and then there's less staked in the DAO than is available to buy on the market. So then they just buy all the tokens on the market and then mint a bunch of tokens for themselves and then sell them all on the market.
Yeah.
Um, but if
So
you're doing like a controlled like fundraising, like every wallet only gets a certain amount or something, that should be better.
you can um you can have like maybe just me as the one multi-sig on this who creates it, and then I can add new members in. How does that? Do I need to then give them tokens to become? So say you get 4 people in there. Do I need to then? I mean, post me creating it, right? So say there's a million Dare tokens that come out, right? I'll have
Yeah.
all of those in my multi-sig. It's me, it's control of them. If I want to add new members in as directors, board directors, do I then have to give them 25% each so we all have sharehold of
Not
what? How does that work,
mm,
really?
not if it's in a sub DAO. If it's in a sub DAO, then
Yeah,
the sub DAO, if it's member based, you can just vote to add people to the sub DAO.
yeah, yeah.
Um, so
That's
without tokens, but the tokens, it's good to have. Like I would say that you would want a core team that has well yeah, I mean it depends what kind of decentralization you want. Like if you want everything to be fully accountable by every single member of the DAO, then like a very flat structure
yeah,
would work, but that's also kind of like unpredictable.
yeah,
Like at
exactly.
DAO DAO we're contributor based, right? So like we're not, it's not like the people who are working on it all of the time end up having enough say to like prevent bad things from happening, but not enough say to like push things through on our own,
Yeah,
basically. So because we don't have like 51% of the supply, but we have like 30 to 40, 33% or
yeah,
something.
yeah,
So
yeah. So
like
you got
yeah,
good
just with the
control.
token base, you just have to make sure that you know where the tokens are and who can get them, basically.
Cool,
But I think
excellent.
it makes sense for the top DAO to be token based as long as you like know what you're doing, pretty
Yeah,
much.
of course, absolutely. All right, we're going to create this token-based DAO.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to use Dare and Dare token.
Yeah, nice.
Okay,
The name doesn't actually show up anywhere, so it's whatever you want.
all
The
right.
default's to 10 million, I think. Yeah.
I have no idea how much I
That's
need out
yeah.
here. Is that okay to go with? No
Yeah.
idea. Can we just mint more if we need them
10
anyway?
million is fine.
Yeah, gets enough.
Yeah, you can always mint more.
Yeah,
Although I think there's like some social like I don't know impact of minting tokens because it's like oh like token supply is like not set,
yeah,
but this default will give you 1 million and keep 9 million in the DAO for
yeah.
future swaps and distribution. So that's
Plenty to
fine.
go around.
Like yeah,
All right. Core contributors will be myself. So we'll name that to tier name will be
the name
Temper
doesn't
Fine. No more tiers needed at this moment. No.
no.
Token distribution percentage must equal 100%. So yeah, that's 90 and then a 10. All right to here.
Seems like some decimal got in there somehow.
Right, so
Damn, yeah, I'll fix that. But maybe just refresh it.
core contributors. Right, here we go, 90. So,
Okay,
can you
I
see
got
that blue thing there? Should that be like a submit button there or something?
Yeah, that's no, that's it's if you add another member, it'll change. It's like it's a scale, but it's a graph.
Got you,
I
mate.
know, that's great.
There.
Oh yeah.
There. Token.
We should set an image too, maybe to the record.
You want me to do that now? Can I do it later?
Yeah.
I'll be done later.
You can do it later. Yeah, you can do it later.
Yeah, we'll go for
We
it.
don't have an action for it, but you can definitely do it.
Okay, mate, we'll sort that out. As I say, the tokens, this ain't going to be released anytime soon. It's just going to be in. I need to go and have several meetings and get some industry players involved in this. No tiers required. Core contributors 10. Let's get this rolling. Now, unstaking period, and that's fine for 2 weeks. Voting duration, I like a wee 5 day, to be honest with you. Proposal deposit,
nice.
we'll go with 0.05 at the moment. Only past proposals. We'll just go always at the moment. Can always change this stuff later, as I've been messing around with.
Yeah.
Show advanced
Go to the
settings.
advanced settings.
Majority is me, so 50% is good. Quorum, don't really matter with me voting. Multiple choice proposals. Allow proposal multiple choices. That's cool. I'm going to enable that just
I think
in
you'll
case.
want that. We just added that last week.
Allow re-voting. For me, that's fine. No, because then I want it to pass immediately. That's fine. Proposal submission policy. What's that mean? Oh, who is allowed? Oh, so
If it's set
yeah,
to anyone, then you have to have tokens to make a proposal.
that is
you have
not
to
going
be
to
a member
happen
of
at
the
the
DAO.
moment. Yeah, so I need to. That's going to save us from any malicious dudes. Only members allowed.
Yes, spam. Yeah, only members. Yeah.
Review. DAO records.
There might be another sub DAO that you'll want to have anyone propose if it's like an application submission or something, or like an album submission. But that's something else.
Awesome, mate. All right, let's create the DAO, and congratulations for setting up a moment of history, Noah. Well, mind you, you built the thing, so yeah, you're already.
Yeah.
Right, here we go. So, all that kind of stuff there, signer there, excellent.
That'll add it to your followed DAOs if you approve that one. So it'll show up in your sidebar.
DAO records with 10 million DAO tokens now on the market. Brilliant. Cool. If I was to create a sub DAO,
Do you want to create a sub DAO?
yeah,
Yeah.
let's do one. Just I'm going to call them the DAO. Let me see, because I want to get something like.
Oh, you gotta stake your tokens
I'll do it. First of all, then.
in the sidebar.
Where? Here.
Click on your little profile image in the bottom right.
Oh,
Little
yeah.
pink. Yeah.
What do you recommend here? Do you stake all of it, or do you leave some?
I usually stake like 90%, but do you have any other initial members that you're gonna want to give it to? Like these 1 million tokens?
Eventually, yes. But I can always unstake and wait 2
You
weeks
could only
and stuff like that, can't I?
You could do like 10%. Yeah, you don't. None of it matters right now because you're the only one, so you could just do 10% if you. Yeah. Or,
Fine.
yeah. 2 weeks is, that's quickly, but not quickly enough.
Yeah, true. Right, lovely. And then we create a sub DAO. Okay.
Infinity voting. Oh, nice.
That's cool. I like the king sign. Very cool.
Yeah.
What's the king representing? The main token for the DAO then?
Yeah, the governance token.
Governance token. Nice. Right, so SubDAO, we're going to create, as I said, we're going to have like sign and promote artists. So this could be a SubDAO for the people who are putting proposals up to say, we have 5 artists here and one of them we want to put forward to sign. So that could be the sign and promote SubDAO. Maybe not, yeah, I suppose just the sign DAO, sign SubDAO. Sign
Yeah.
SubDAO.
Sign and promote artists.
Yeah, sign, and then
This one's gonna be like, okay, this is like the kind of like the curation, the like artist curation sub-DAO.
do you want that's a better
something.
title, mate, to be honest with you. Yeah, but that's the idea of it. You know, we've got like people in the field. We're gonna go like, yeah. So we've got this. We've been watching these free artists on gigs. They've been fucking brilliant. They've got potential. We want to propose them to be signed, and we want their tokens to like the treasury to spend on making a record for them or promoting them, stuff like that. Okay, this one would be now I get what you're saying. Sign and promote would
Yeah.
be then involved with an NFTs as well.
Yeah, but they can all make NFTs. It's just that's just what the voting power is determined by. So this is probably going to be like a small board of people, right? Not like full control over the membership. You have to explicitly invite them through a proposal.
If that's just like a sub-DAO for people who are just going to go, I want to propose to sign this artist. It don't need to be a token based, it just needs to be a membership.
Yeah. Well, the question is, how are you choosing the people that are doing this, that are recommending artists?
So job of an artist relations is they go out and headhunt the next big band, the new bands, and they bring them to the record label and go, I think you should sign this band. And then the record label, i.e. me, turns around and go, yes, I want to sign them. And then I suppose another sub-DAO that deals with the NFT side of things, like releasing content, releasing stuff like that. Maybe that's like the 2 sub-DAOs off the top of my head that I think I'd create.
Yeah.
So
So, okay. And so you're going to hand select these people?
yeah, it'd be me hand select. So I would be good. Yeah,
Yeah.
can you be a part of this? Yeah, sub-DAO.
Yeah. So I think then you'll want like a multi-sig membership like this, because if it's token or NFTs, I mean NFTs are just a type of token, so
Yeah.
anyone that has the NFT could just send it to someone else,
Okay.
any wallet. So membership is the one where you're like deciding who's on the board and who's not.
Right, I got you, man. I got you.
Yeah, cool.
One of them. Yeah, I can add more members. That's fine. All good. And
Yeah.
then it's another. It'll be me on this as well. It will just go me everywhere, just as an example. And then I can choose who's needed. Right, I get it. I'm now starting to.
Yeah.
So.
Do you
yeah.
want the sub-DAO suffix in the title? Like, I don't know.
What, the name of it or the purpose of it?
Yeah, the name. You can always update it later. It doesn't really matter, but I don't know if it looks very clean with
I know
all
what you
caps subbed out.
Clean it all up later, mate. I think we'll just get it for the purpose of just kind of going through it. Yeah. Advanced settings. Again, don't need that. Quorum, majority. That's fine.
Yeah, you probably don't need a proposal deposit here because it's just like this small board of people. But it
Yeah.
would be nice to have multiple choice if you're like picking between different artists or something.
Very nice. Enabled. And again, only members can do that. Okay. Does it always ask you to review before going ahead? That's cool.
Yeah. Make sure you know what you're doing.
Exactly.
Did you want that voting duration to be a week? Oh no.
Here we go. 3 days. As it passes without
Go back.
revote.
Yeah, this is great.
Okay, looking good, mate.
Nice. Looks good. Sick.
Awesome. Alright, man, it's done, mate. Yeah. Done. Okay, so
Nice.
we've covered how to create a sub DAO to add members.
So now you have to recognize it in the main DAO.
Okay, talk me through that, please.
Yeah, so actually, if you refresh the page, a notification should pop up in the bottom right that says that you can click on. Let's see if, yeah, click there on the top one.
What's his name? Recognize sub DAO. Sub DAO. Okay, sign it here or publish
Yep,
it.
everything. Just
Oh, no, it's
publish
just a
it.
copy address, yeah.
Yeah, it just links out to the DAO. Make sure you typed in the right address, basically.
Yeah, sign that way. Do you get inspiration from, like, Congress, Senate? Do you get inspiration in your design and how you structure things as a corp? I mean, some of the government ran like infrastructure ain't a bad thing. You can learn a lot from it, but there's ways you can just make it so much better, which is great.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, there's definitely, obviously, there's a lot of inspiration just from democratic systems, like, but yeah, the goal is
Definitely.
to be able to mimic all of them. Like, if we can recreate a corporation or a senate, then we've done our job. And
Yeah, man.
and yeah,
Totally. Love it.
yeah.
Any final notes on this, or if there's anything else you think I need to do? I mean, I'm going to create another sub DAO tomorrow with NFT based stuff and sort of use it as my bit. I mean, this is all like early days, like in my mind. It's just like a mind map, and while it was all fresh, I just thought get it down on this notion here of the
Yeah.
mission and what I'm trying to achieve. And I just had some questions for you, which we went through anyway, which is great. But yeah,
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah, no, this is good. If you go to the sign sub DAO DAO, then in the members tab, there's just a button that lets you like add new member, and it'll open the proposal for you to add someone. It should be pretty straightforward. Might be good just to see
Where
what
is that?
happens.
Sign sub DAO, fucking right in front of me.
You can click on the little arrow next to it.
Boom.
Yeah,
Then just new proposal, add member, all the usual stuff there. Oh, saying that
yeah.
again.
Members next to members tab. Once you pass that proposal, that will go away. That pop up
Aye, okay.
also.
Man, Noah, it's been a pleasure. I'm sure we're going to talk further on this little project.
Yeah, sweet.
It's exciting, mate. But I mean, now I've got a bit of a structure. I can now go and speak to some people, and then explain it to them. But I had to get everything in my mind down on paper first to go what it is I actually wanted to achieve, and then plan from there, and then just run it by you. And yeah, now it looks like we could potentially make this run. I think it's got potential. I think it's got really good like use case for just integrating normal people into blockchain and selling this, this transparency why blockchain section I wrote. So here we go. All right.
Yeah, sweet,
I'll,
man.
I'll leave you to it, mate, and I'll speak to you shortly. All right.
Yeah, sweet. I'm excited to help push this forward.
Yeah, cool, man. I'll chat
Good
to you
talking to
soon.
you.
Anyway. Yeah, you too, man. Have a great day, mate.
You too.
God bless, man. Bye bye.
Later. Bye.